Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Dungeon Town. In this episode, we are basically going to be playing catch up because I have been doing some stuff off screen, nothing major. So to start off, the simplest one that I did is basically move these whole events from somewhere around here to more of the middle. Is it the middle? I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like it. And then what else did I do? I made treasure chests. So basically what these does is okay, let me explain this in detail. So it's a regular treasure chest. So what I did was right click, quick event, treasure chest, and then I picked the graphics, of course, and then I pressed OK, and then I basically kept this the same, and then I'm gonna show you what I changed. So here's what I added. So these are all regular. And then from here, what I did was I made a variable called the random variable, which I'm going to be using for a whole bunch of random stuff. I've pretty much explained this random variable before. So anyways, I made it the random variable pick a number between 1 and 3. So that will tell you how many different items you can get from a chest. You could get from 1 item to 3 items. So then what I did was I went to the script part, which is insert, last page, advanced, and then you go to scripts. And what I did was I basically made a variable called X, and then I made it equals to game variables number 23, which is the random variable. As you can see right here, game variable number 23, which is a random variable. So if a random number between 1 and 3, if it lands on 1, then x becomes 1. If it lands on 2, x becomes 2. If it lands on 3, x becomes 3. So then what I did was a simple conditional branch, it's called an if statement if you're scripting. So what I basically did was a simple conditional branch, and then I said if variable random, which is 23, if random variable is equals to 3. So this is basically what I was doing. So that's exactly what this is saying, but I made it this way because it's a whole lot simpler than actually doing this, and it's obviously saves more space. So I said if x equals to 3, then I did a script call, which is for my random items, which basically just gives me a random items. So it gives me a random item, and it gives me one of that random item. And then I wait 20 frames, which is basically the wait in thing is basically me inserting, and then we'll go into wait, and then wait in 20. That does the same thing as this, but I'm just doing it from a script perspective of it. So I did that, and then I give myself another item, then I wait again, and then give myself another item. And that way it will give the system a chance to actually display all the items you get, and it won't just like clutter them up at the same time. Because if you did it this way, you will get all the items instantly at the same time. And then else if basically just says basically the else if is basically if it's not equals to 3, then if it's equals to 2, then do 2. But if it's not equals to 3 or 2, which is else, just give me 1 of that item. So that's what that does. And then I did a self switch A, and then since we're in a town, and I didn't want the treasure chest like cluttering up the place, I made it wait 60 frames and then turn self switch B on, which makes it disappear. And the chests do spawn randomly, which is why this random thing is there. So these chests spawn randomly. And then what I did was I put I think 10 of these. So these are basically like starting gear, but you have to like I put them in a strategic locations. So the player so a new player would have to explore the town a little bit to get their starting gear. So for example, this one gives you a wooden sword. This one gives you leather boots. I believe this one gives you leather armor. okay, leather helmets, and then pretty much they all give you your stat and gear. So that's one here, that's one here, this one here, that's one here. This one gives you one leather gloves. Oh yeah, you start with the leather armor. And then that's it for them. And then I have one in the Blacksmith Shop. This one gives you 10 potions. I think I'm forgetting one. The one that actually gives you the one that gives you mana potions. Okay, I actually didn't forget it. So this one gives you mana potions. The one in general goods gives you spellbook healing. Primal herbs gives you spellbook blaze. So basically a way for you to explore the town before you actually get started on your adventure. So the chest that I do have in town, this is the same concept, but the only difference is these ones actually after 60 frames they turn self switch A off and then they erase, which means they disappear. So when you leave the dungeon and come back, you will have a brand new chest that you could open and collect loot from, and these chests of course spawn randomly in the dungeon. And this, I believe 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's 30 of them. 15 here, 15 there. And so another thing was I made a plant. So I made these plants. I made these plants based on the plants in Dawnhaven, but there was 11 kind of plants in Dawnhaven, and each plants look different. So what I did in here is I basically just made one plant that does everything, which is, let's come here, plants. So it just generates a random number between 1 and 11. If it lands on 1, then it generates a number between 1 and 3. And then if it lands on 1, and then the random number between 1 and 3 is basically how many of the plant that you pick up when you pick up a plant, and the random from 1 to 11 is basically the type of plant you pick up. So that's what this then does. It basically just calls that variable when it calls the common event plants, which basically gives you the item. And then 24 hours in game, the plant will respawn. I have not tested this out yet, so I'm not 100% sure if it's working as it should, but I'll be testing it out later. And what this basically does is this plant spawns in a random location, and then this script here tells the event to remember that position, that's its position from now till I move it. So it will never move from that position. So if you leave the dungeon and come back, it will always be in that position, and it will never move again. And then these ones are trees. Again, it's kind of the same concept, but they give you wood. I'm going to be adding a fishing spot and some what else? Fishing spots and the mining spot, and then also some other things. So Halo system, I haven't implemented it yet, but I'll explain to you guys what it is later. And again, this mage armor is basically a buff to your armor. If your mage transmute basically takes iron and turns it into higher quality material. Equilibrium basically takes your HP away to give you MP. HP regains your HP. HP pop basically just shows you how much HP you have depending on your how much HP or MP you have depending on your actual HP. And when I say actual, I mean the actual number. Haste is basically a spell that makes you walk really fast. Haste 1 makes you walk fast. Haste 2 makes you walk even faster. Halo system is basically a way for you to basically further enhance your character. So let's say you have a lot of money and you have a lot of time to waste. You could basically just like pour a ton of time in this. Ever since I made this Halo system, I have never been able to max it out, but it's possible to max out, but it would just take a lot of time, unless like you somehow find a way to get like 99 Halo protections because you're rich or something like that in this game. But it's possible. but it's just really hard. So mining fishing, I will be doing in the next episode. Um, so that's basically all I did off screen. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Yeah, that's all I did off screen. So yeah, in the next episode I'm gonna finish the mining and the other ones, and then this game. Oh yeah, in the next episode I'm not actually gonna be doing the fishing and mining. I might do that off screen again and then just show you. What I'm gonna be doing in the next episode is the every 4 days a citizen die, and if every citizen die, then you lose the game. So anyways, thank you guys again for watching. This game is right now about 50% done. So thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to be updated every time I release a new video, and also share this video because it will help me out a lot. Again, thank you guys for the 1,000 subscribers, subscribes. So yeah, peace.